Good morning, chat. Morning, Marianne B. How are you? I thought I'd do a little streaming this morning. I didn't get to game last night myself, but I was gaming with Geeks and Gamers last night, so that was a lot of fun. Played a game I knew nothing about. So that was fun playing with it was yeah, I just got up too. I got up about like 15 minutes ago. I slept right through the night because I still had this flu hanging around, but it seems like it's pretty much finally gone. So it's been like 2 weeks. So I wasn't sure if I was gonna game or just talk toys this morning. I guess I can do both. I guess I can do both. Let's see. It was yeah, it was fun last night. It's like because I got the call to do Geeks and Gamers said, "Oh, can you come and join us?" Oh, okay. You're watching last night. Yeah, that was that that wasn't really my style of game, but it was fun. I gotta say. So that Among Us was different. It was very different. So and then I was trying to play a poker face last night. Whether if I was the imposter or not. So it was yeah, afterwards we were chatting and they were definitely you have to come back. So and I know Jeremy's been asking me to get a Switch because he wants me to start playing some of the Mario Kart and stuff. So um yeah, they want me to do so. I was asked also, you gotta play Party Animals too. So I'm just like, it's like, okay. So it looks like my gaming aspects are changing a bit. So they are changing, and I don't mind it either. I don't mind like playing the new games. Like, and I gotta admit, like I've seen them play Party Animals. It looks like fun. Um, I kind of just stayed away, but now Jeremy wants me to do a little more uh gaming with them. So I was like, okay, not a problem. Not a problem. And watching them all play Mario Kart, yeah, that's Mario Kart looks like fun. So we try to get into a match here. Yeah, because I said to Chris that I was like, I know nothing about Among Us. I don't know this concept. So once I started, so I was like, okay, following. Good morning, Yojo. Sorry, good morning, Mojo. Yeah, once I started getting into the aspect of the game last night, I was like, okay, I got this. I think I can figure it out. Because doing the tasks at hand and everything, so it was pretty easy. And that was funny with Jay and Beardo last night. Like that got a little heated, but it was all in good fun. Like even afterwards, Jay was just like, you know what? I was just having a good time. So yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. I was like debating, should I talk toys or do I game? And I was just debating because we were also because Jay was actually thinking last night of doing we were gonna do a potential Wednesday midday mixer because Thursday traveling and everything. Um, I am not going to Savannah because it's a turnaround. Um, it's basically going there and coming back. So I was like, because they're basically there just for the Friday. Um, so I was like, you know what? Um, I think I think I'll pass on this one. Um, because my month it's already gonna be busy enough for me because I got a lot of my work I gotta do, and then now that Critical Drinker is coming to Canada, so I'll be hanging out with him at the end of the month. So and then Jay's coming to Toronto as well, so it's gonna get crazy. It's really gonna get crazy. Um, so yeah, and then I'm not. I know I'm supposed to do. I know I'm supposed to do Mango. Supposed to watch that movie for homework, but I don't want to watch that Mango and Grogu. Don't want to watch it. I'd like to pass. I saw all the movies I want to see already. So I saw Top Gun Maverick, Mortal Kombat. Not gonna watch the Odyssey. But yeah, I'm gonna pass on that big time. Um, and all the other movies don't come out to the end of the year, like Street Fighter and stuff. So I'm not gonna watch Supergirl. You want to watch Supergirl? Watch the 1984 Helen Slater Supergirl movie. That's a good movie. That's a pretty good one. Um, what else is? Yeah, there's quite a bit coming out this year. There's quite a bit. Yeah, solid pass on the Odyssey. Yeah, I watched Troy. Troy was decent. Didn't mind it. I watched Gladiator. It was good. Um, what was that one? Meet the Spartans. that spoof. That was actually funny. I would watch that in theater. Watch Odyssey. So if they were out at the same time, I would definitely watch Meet the Spartans. We will be seeing Mango. We'll be seeing just because, yeah, I know we're supposed to do it for Midday Mixer as well, but I just don't. I am Star Wars out when it comes to the new stuff. Yeah, Marianne B. You know, it's funny because who was talking about it last night? Oh, I was watching Film Threat with Chris Gore and Alan, and they were talking about how do we get with Hollywood and everything? How do we get back to the '80s style of How do you get back to the '80s style of movies? And I just don't know if you can. You know, and I love the '80s. Yeah. You know, that was one of the things um, we talked about when I had Drinker on. Um, we talked about the '80s, the action movies, the differences in the actors back then, because you had a different style of you know, with like, you know, you think about it when you had actors back then. You had Schwarzenegger, you had Norris, you had Stallone, um, you know, Van Damme to a Q, Dolph Lundgren, Carl Weathers. You had a ton, and everything just, you know, you don't have those big guys anymore. You got Alan Ritchson, um, and you got a couple, but you don't have the big true superstar anymore. You know, the only ones you got now are Tom Cruise and Chris Pratt. That's it. Must be really hard for people with fresh ideas to break into the business. Yeah, definitely. Like, did you hear what they're doing with Betty Boop? Oh, that card didn't even get them. Like, they're recasting. They're making. Looks like they're doing a live action Betty Boop, but she's black. So yeah, that was I saw that. I saw that yesterday. Apparently, the grandson, the grandson of Betty Boop's, the writer or whatever gave the blessing. Like, when are they gonna figure DEI is dead and just doesn't work? Nobody cares. Yeah, but why? Yeah, I won't watch it. I'm just like, no, thank you. Nothing makes sense anymore. That's for sure. Like, they keep saying that they're making movies for the modern audience. So, you know, okay, for a guy like me who's black, I don't want to see a black Superman. I just don't. Because I grew up with Christopher Reeve. You know, you caught some of the black and white uh Steve was it Steve Reeves on black on the TV back in the day. You know, you figured you'd pay montage and respect to those, you know, to those in the day for who created Superman. You know, it's just it's just common sense. Sorry, yeah, Jim Reeves. Thank you. Hey, good morning, Donna. So, yeah, okay, George Reeves. Yeah, I couldn't remember. But I don't like the fact that they're implementing just, oh, we got to make a black character. You know what? If you go through, if you watch some of the 70s and 80s movies, there was a lot of prominent black characters and nobody complained. Nobody said nothing. It was because it was there. It was already sprinkled in. It's like Jennifer Lawrence's thing. It's like, I am the first action hero. You haven't even done anything that's action related. You know, Natalie Portman doing the prequels did more in did more, you know, action related than she can ever think of. Like, listen, we all watch, you know, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, where she was a prominent in that. You know, even the professional. Yeah, no one is right. You know what? They should recast Shaft with a white actor. They should. I'd call for it. Yeah, no, nor should they. But you know what? If they want to play, if they want to play fair, and you want to make Superman or whoever a certain character, then you should be able to. Hey, listen, make. Remember, Nick Fury was a race. I was actually just watching Nick Fury the other day because I remember because we were talking about it on the Plot Strikes Back on Monday. You know, Nick Fury was race swapped because he was white in the comic, and then David Hasselhoff played him in the live action, and he looked more Nick Fury than anybody. So I just I this is why I just can't stand Hollywood. This is why I won't watch certain things. Like yeah, with the I know everyone's hyped for the He-Man movie. I don't care. You know, Man at Arms is white. He's not black. You know, but they had to do something. They had to do something to put a race swap character in it, and that's why they did it. That's why they did it. So you know, it's like the same old thing with Transformers: Rise of the Beast. The director came out and says we gotta make this movie for black and brown audiences. Well, you didn't make it for me because that movie was trash. That movie didn't reflect on me one bit. I'd probably a box that had to be checked for your movie. Yeah, well, this is why I go back. I watch my 80s. No, let's see. No, sorry. I'll go back and I'll watch 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I'll watch those movies. I'll always go back. I got my hard drive full of them, and I get what I want to watch. I get what I want to watch. I can enjoy what I want to watch, and I don't have to. I don't have to watch this nonsense that's out there. Where is everybody? Let's see. Yeah, that's what I've been. I've been watching some movies from the 40s and 50s lately. They're surprising. Yeah, they're not bad. You know, there was a movie I watched. Now I only watched it because it was on Mystery Science Theater 3000. It was a movie called was it Girls Town? It was with Mel Torme, um, what was the guy's name? Paul Anka, Marine Van Buren. And I think that was done in the 50s. It was actually pretty good. It was a pretty good story. It was a pretty good movie. It was a very good movie, which I actually enjoyed it. Highly recommend it. It's called Girls Town. Yeah, someone's coming from back. Like I'll go back and still watch um I'll still go back and watch some of the airplane like from the 70s. I'll watch like anything like Close Encounters or some of the Chuck Norris movies back in the day. Because look what you got. You got all the early Bonds and everything. Um, some of the James Caan and Gene Hackman stuff, like um, French Connection and stuff like that. They're all pretty good. Pam Grier, well, until she went woke, but Pam Grier had a lot of great movies in the 70s. Oh, that guy came up. Like I watched, I was watching 2001. I like going back and watching 2001. Now that would be interesting to watch in theater because that's a movie. That's a movie I've never seen. Yeah, Brown Sugar. 2001 is a movie I'd like to see in theater. Like for Top Gun, they so when I was watching when you're for Top Gun when we went to go watch that the other day, they were showing a preview of Good morning, Anjanette. They were showing a preview for all Tom Cruise's movies. It was just a montage, um, and it was pretty cool. Some of the great movies like I like watching Cocktail, The Firm, um, uh, Days of Thunder. I think he was in Taps. He was in a lot of he's been in a lot of stuff. So and then they just did a montage of all his movies. Um, I even like War of the Worlds he was in. I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that at all. He was in a lot of great stuff. Hopefully I can get this care package before. Almost everything is at least watchable. Yeah, I never watched that. I never watched that Vanilla Sky. Because all I heard was it was bad. Um, I watched Born on the 4th of July. I watched it once. Um, yep. Yeah, she played in a few. She played in a few episodes of Miami Vice. Miami Vice is still my go-to TV show to watch. I'll just like because I got that all on my hard drive, so I enjoy those. Like there is literally nothing good on TV these days. And again, we I can't remember the actor, but um, they're redoing the Rockford Files, which they showed a picture of him, the guy who's playing Rockford. It looks it looks okay, like it looks very close, but will they get that same style of acting that James Gardner did? Probably not. Good morning, A2. Good morning, Spider. It's like when they redid Magnum PI. Plays James Gardner. They're gonna try, and I saw the picture out there with the guy. Um, it looks close, just the facial look, but will it will it be the same? So so hopefully everyone had fun checking me out playing with the Geeks and Gamers crew last night. That was a lot of fun. Um, had a great time playing Among Us. That was a lot of fun playing. We played with Beardo, Krista, Sevi, My Nerdy Home, Jay, Jail Hailstorm. Um, um, who else was there? Who else was there last night? Oh, Epic Mike, Marvin, Jed. So that was a lot of fun. So so if anyone caught it last night, you can catch it on Geeks and Gamers Play. So that was a fun night. Yes, I'll be looking forward to playing Party Animals next. Yeah, I didn't even know I was playing until I basically got the call. It's like, Cole, can you join us on Geeks and Gamers? And I was like, sure. What are we playing? Among Us. I'm like, what's Among Us? I have no idea what this game is about. And I was like, okay, I will do my best. Oh, don't worry, you'll pick it up. You'll do fine. I was like, okay. And I actually did pretty good. For everyone that caught it last night, it was a lot of fun. At the beginning, I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I had no idea. And then Chris just sent me a tutorial. Said, "Oh, don't worry, you'll pick it up fast." And I did. I actually picked it up pretty quick. But that was funny. It was funny with me going after Beardo, and then Jay and Beardo. That was quite hilarious. Jay used to play Among Us on his channel members each week. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Because I'll tell you, A2, I've never even heard it. I never even heard this game before. Good morning, Wayfair. Because I was really hesitant. I was like, what is this I'm getting myself into? I don't know these games. Like seriously, I don't I don't know these games. I don't play them. I play Modern Warfare, that's it. And Battlefront and but I guess sometimes you just have to like sometimes you have to open up your mind and try something new. And I did it. So and it was fun. I gotta say it was a lot of fun. And I guess I gotta get party animals because that's what they asked me again. They asked me I was asked last night. They said, "Okay, we play party animals. We play Mario Kart." Because Jeremy did ask me to get a Switch, and I was like, oh, I don't want another console. I got enough. How's everyone doing in chat this morning? It is Thursday. Yeah, Spider, I will not be in Savannah. So, you gotta take care of Jay. Don't get a Switch. Save for more. Yeah, I gotta save for more Transformers and GI Joe. Cause we got TFCon coming up. We got TFCon. Okay, Marianne. Yeah. Good morning, Bruce Wayne. How are you? Yeah, good. I told Jay like I'm not gonna be joining. So it's just like why not? And I was just like, Bruce, was awesome to see you on Among Us last night. Oh, thanks. I was just we were just mentioning it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun last night. Playing a game I knew nothing about, and didn't even know what it was about. It was something I've only watched them play Party Animals and Mario Kart. I had no idea what this game was about. Yeah, don't worry. A lot of people were like, even Steph. Steph said last night when we're in the back screen in the backstage. She's like, "Is that Cole Hauser? Is Cole Hauser playing?" And I was like, "That's me." She goes, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you're here." So you know, even Epic Mike was like, "Is that Cole there?" So it's me. I got inducted. I was inducted into the into the Geeks and Gamer gaming realm. Oh, it was fun. I get back to what I know in gaming. Or I try anyway. Oh, come on. There's a guy up there. What was I talking about before? Yeah, we got Drinker. We got the critical Drinker coming to Toronto. And actually, I'll have the critical drinker on my channel next week. With Az. I'll have a few guests on my birthday stream next Wednesday. We're gonna be talking because originally me and Az were supposed to do a toy stream, but we're gonna do that's where we're gonna combine it and do a birthday / toy stream. Old Man Hatfield for 5. I see you're back to killing things again, young man. Well, I hope your tea is good this morning. Where is my tea? My tea is very good. It's a ginger. It's a ginger. What is it? It's a ginger organic and peach. Wayfair, hold on. Coalhouser, you were playing Among Us with the G&G? News to me. It only means that it was a busy day. Yeah, I played Among Us with G&G last night. Yes, Wayfair, I did. And it was a lot of fun. Thanks for the $5, Old Man Hatfield. Hey, and Old Man Hatfield, I was actually playing Among Us last night, so it was a fun game. So I got to play something different. It was a little different. It was a little different of a game I'm used to playing, Wayfair, but I enjoyed it. I had fun. Getting caught in this corner. I've noticed Kick streams are most accurate without delay versus YouTube and Rumble. Yeah, I'm not going to Rumble. I'm sticking with Kick. I am sticking with Kick. And it's easy to get it was easy to get monetized on Kick. Spider sometimes Kick is. Yeah, I've noticed that when I've been watching Jay's streams on Kick. I've noticed that. I've noticed that big time. Oh, we lost. I need to watch that if Jay was playing. That means you had the possibility to accuse. No, actually, I didn't. Beardo yelled at me last night for accusing him. It was it did get a little spirited last night with Jay and Beardo, so it did. Um, I noticed in our stream last night, to me it was instant, especially on StreamYard. Rumble has been bad. Delay kick has been solid. That's because no one uses it. Yeah. Let me give you yeah, it was I I the only time I've watched something on Rumble is when that a couple weeks ago when FNT their YouTube pause or whatever. So I went to watch it on Rumble. But searching for something on Rumble it is a headache. And I should go over to you. Okay, there is everyone in Kick. Thanks A2 and thanks Spider for being on the Kick, checking out the Kick side. I was debating if I was going to game this morning because I thought I was just going to talk some toys or something. Because it felt good talking toys again, like yesterday. Because I know I've been a little, you know, I've been slacking on the toy side, but I wanted to get back into it. If you're playing with them again, Jay, Jed, and Mike are the threats. Well, it wasn't last night. Um, Last night it was Jed, Steph, myself, because I was an imposter. I was an imposter a couple times. Oh, and Krista. But I had a lot of fun with Wayfair. It was great to play. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Rumble. I am not a big fan of Rumble. Yeah, just do some Overwatch and chat. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, because I think Old Man Hatfield just jumped through the hoops just to make someone a mod. Yeah, I even making someone a mod on Kick wasn't that hard. It wasn't that bad. Let's have, yeah. Oh, shot when I was running. Yeah, I need to get back. Like I was saying, I need to get back to talking toys and Transformers and stuff because I miss that stuff. And it was fun yesterday morning doing it too. That was a lot of fun yesterday. Morning, IKEA boy. I had a blast talking the toy. Yeah, that was fun. We gotta do that again, Mojo. Oh, jeez. I didn't see that guy running against. I didn't even see that guy. We'll see how you feel about Party Animals. Oh, I never played it. Yeah, like I said, they want me to play these games, so I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Like I said, Jeremy wants me to get a Switch so I can play Mario Kart, but I just not in. If I can somehow, well, no, I can't because I don't have a Nintendo. I'm content with what I have right now. I'm very happy with the gaming systems I got now. Um, where'd that guy go? Oh, he went down the steps. Nice. And Party Animals is on Steam. Oh, I have down I had to download I had to get a Steam account. Spider, so Among Us, I used the PlayStation, but I have to start doing some computer stuff. I had to get a Steam account. Because Jeremy wants me playing more games on with Geeks and Gamers. You can set up. Yeah, if I can do everything with Steam, I'm good. I don't need another console, so That's a 50 cal. Yeah, true. I just don't like this map. Yeah, true. I should be able to shoot through walls with this thing. I think someone's back here. I hate this weapon. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, let me see. Let me see here. Good morning, chat. It is. Yeah, because even last night, Jay wanted to do. We thought about doing a midday mixer last night because we're not doing one today because everybody's traveling. And Jay's like, "Are you available Wednesday?" Because he wanted to do a midday mixer yesterday from 6 till 8. But that didn't. Yeah. But then he was just like, you know what? Let's just leave it because I don't think we're gonna. We might do one next week. No, we can't because Jay's traveling next Thursday. Because he's going to Carowinds, which I thought I was going to go to. I was going to go to Carowinds, but I'm not going now. Excuse me. Because I wanted to go to. I was going to go to Savannah, but then I had to cancel that because I got stuff to do. And it's just going to be so short because it's basically just tomorrow, and then everyone's heading out on Saturday. But I'll have a fun stream next week with next Wednesday with Az and Drinker. That's gonna be a lot of fun. That'll be next Wednesday at 12 noon Eastern. I was happy. Oh, thanks, Bruce. 2 weeks picking up your security. Yes, sir. But we have, yeah. I have Az, got Critical Drinker, and then Critical Drinker is going to be in Toronto because he's doing his, Critical Drinker is doing his he's doing his Ryan Drake preview. not preview. He's doing his Ryan Drake screening. So that's it's end of June. So he's going to be in Toronto for that. So I will be with the Critical Drinker. And he's gonna have his own. He's gonna have a live open bar at the bar because he's doing a Q&A as well. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. Because Drinker's like, Cole, I'm gonna be in Toronto, so you got to come to my screening of Ryan Drake. So that's the movie Drinker did. So everyone should check that out, and they should check out his book, um, Dark Harvest. And then on with Drinker and as I will be having a few more. I will be having a couple more guests on that day, so it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a fun Wednesday. I need the whole Ryan Drake series. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting on when we do that meetup. When Drinker does that meetup here for the screening. That will be interesting because they're going to be showing. Yeah, they're going to be they're going to be doing a screening of the movie. And those are the type of movies we want to see. We want to see those types of movies. Next Thursday? No, next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I turn a year older. Fun times, fun times. Age is just a number. It's how you feel. That's all it is. That's what I tell people. You know, age is just remember that. Just live healthy, eat healthy, and that's all I do. You know, I go to the gym every day. I try to eat. I try to eat right, and that's it. Nothing more I can do. Nothing more I can do. Now it was funny too because when Jay was talking about the Substack and then the pancakes, I was just like, "Yo, morning, Jose Taco." I had to make a pancake, so I did. So I made a protein pancake with no with no no sugar maple syrup. It's actually pretty good. It actually tastes really good. The no sugar maple syrup. X-ray girl was like, "Is it you sure it's real maple syrup?" I said, "Yes." It's just another method of you know, don't want the sugar. Exactly, Omen Hatfield. Age is how you feel. That's it. You know, when I see these young guys at the gym, and I'm talking like 19, 20 year olds, and they're just like, I watch them, and they literally hurt themselves because they have no idea what they're doing. And I'm just like, I see them struggling, just trying to lift. And I'm just like, I don't struggle. First of all, when I work out, I'm smart about working out. Um, you know, it, you know, my body was 80 when I was 40. um, yeah, yeah. Listen, we all have that feeling. You wake up in the morning, and you're just like, you know, you wake up and you're just like, yeah, I don't feel like moving because TikTok dictated what it should be. Exactly, exactly, Spider. I'm not even on TikTok. That's one channel. That's one thing I don't want to touch. I refuse to get on TikTok. It's just, that's not for me. But listen, I wake up every morning, I go to the gym, get my workout in, I do what I need to do. You know, when I'm driving and I smell, if I smell like a McDonald's or something, does it smell good? Yeah. Do I go and eat it? No. I walk away from it. I stay away from it. You know, when you're out with friends and stuff like that, that's me today. I can move from so sore to working and installing a kitchen sink. Yeah. When I go to the job site, do I want to, like, what was it? It was one day I was just by myself. I was at the building site, and I had to bring I had to move all the network cable we had from from um from the first floor to the third floor. Did I want to do it? No, but I had to. And climbing, because it's the building still in construction, so climbing the steps and everything, I was just like, oh man, I was feeling it, but I was fine. I was good. I made it through. It was a lot of cable I had to move, especially because the elevators aren't in. So I'm literally just you know, lugging up like because I had like 14 boxes I had to do, and it was tough. It wasn't easy, but I got it done. And I'm on a construction site, so I'm wearing my boots, I'm in the pants, I'm wearing my hard hat, and it was just like I got it done. Somebody's up there. So yeah, it's like just doing one thing, taking one day at a time. That's all it is. Hey, Jose Taco. Yeah, I wasn't playing Modern Warfare last night because I was playing Among Us with the G&G. So I was planning on streaming last night, but I was on the G&G channel playing Among Us, which was fun. I still got to go to the gym today because I haven't gone yet. Go to the gym, get my workout in, and I gotta go pick up a network rack, drop it off at the job site, and that's my day. That is my day. Overall, day's pretty quiet. Day is pretty quiet. Yep, this game's lost. I watched. I think I did all the I watched all the Astro Boy on YouTube because um, YouTube is they're doing they got the YouTube channel doing 24/7 Astro Boy. That was pretty cool. Going back and watching those, it was actually a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun watching those. Trying to see something here. Um, I'm just checking something here. Settings. I don't think I can. Yeah, and then yeah, because I think a lot. There's going to be there's going to be a shortfall because everyone's away. You got Ryan going to Japan, Gary, yeah, Gary, X-Ray Girl, everyone's going to Japan. I know we're still working out some stuff for I saw in chat. Oh, I saw you in the chat in Astro Boy. Oh, nice. Yeah, I was putting out. I was just watching the DVDs. I had the DVDs for Astro Boy. Buy physical media. That's what you need to do. Yeah, they're doing a lot of stuff on YouTube where it's 24/7, dude. They had Thundercats in there as well. I saw that. Um, they had a lot of stuff. Morning, Jed. How you doing? Yeah, and I saw that. I don't know, Jose. Did you see the Transformers pinball game? Jose, because Jay put it in our Jay put it in our private in our chat, and he's like, "Are you gonna? Who's getting this?" And I was just like, "I don't know. I just think it's another Hasbro cash grab. Do I want a pinball Transformers pinball game? Nah. I don't know how big this thing is, but I don't want a Transformers pinball game because honestly, I'm not gonna play it. It's just gonna sit there. It's literally just gonna sit there. I am going to make my screen a little bigger. Because I think now it's just saying hello to everyone in chat. Oh, Wayfair. My birthday's not till next week. And I saw Spider say happy birthday. Yeah, my birthday's not till next week. Good morning, 100 Battles. What about the pinball game that transforms into a robot? Nah. If it's at the store, actually a pinball or a Costco special. I don't know. I don't. No, that's okay, Spider. There's certain things I don't want. There, there's certain things I like, and then there's certain things I don't like. So, I don't know if I'd want a pinball game. I'm just not into certain things. Like it's like that the Matrix they brought out. I don't want that. Um, yeah, there's certain things I like, and there's certain things I'm into, and then there's certain things I'm not into. Just want to see something quickly here. Okay, it's all good. Pinball machines are fun. Okay, you know what? If there's one arcade game I would get, it's the Konami. It's Konami's GI Joe. That's one thing I would take. I would buy for an arcade because the Konami GI Joe game that was a lot of fun. Um, I have a multi Multicade pinball. Yeah, no, the Konami GI Joe game, the arcade game, because I used to actually go to the arcade and play that. That was a lot of fun. So that thing I would do. Um, I'll take the Adams family from Williams pinball. Absolutely, that's a difficult cabinet to acquire. A lot of them are converted. Yeah, because I think they had that GI Joe game was on that game pack that you can play. I used to run an arcade in high school. Oh, nice. I used to go to the arcade when I was in high school all the time because that's what we had at the mall. At the one mall we had, it had a massive arcade that we used to go to and play all the time. Arcades were fun. Arcades were a lot of fun. Um, yeah, can't be the arcade. Just sorry, just reading in chat here. I found one in Iowa a couple months ago, but got got beat out on it. Yeah, if like I'm happy. I know like Jay has arcade, but I'm happy doing having my toys in the background. So I would actually like to. One thing I'd like to do is I'd like to put a screen in the background here so I can have GI Joe or something playing on it. I used to hang in an arcade when I was a kid until everything became $1. Yeah, I remember games were 25 cents, then 2 quarters, and then it became $1. It got expensive. It got expensive. I remember Afterburner, because Afterburner was the F-14 Tomcat game, and you'd sit down, and it was like the sim, and it would move. Um, that thing was like 50 cents. I remember. So you needed 2 quarters for that one because that was the big. That was a bigger one. I think I'm done gaming, so I'm just chilling now. Just hanging out. I remember that. That was my. And Jose talking. I don't know if you remember G-Lock. G-Lock was another air simulator game. I'm building an arcade in my barn currently, long delayed, and just recently picked up a classic from a classic brown coin changer. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we got a toy show this weekend. I'm working, and we have the cast of the X-Men. The cast, the voice actors for the X-Men 90s animated and X-Men 97 because a lot of them reprise their roles. So we have that on we have that this weekend. I know I'll be sitting with one of the actors. The GI Joe arcade is a hard one to find, even when it first came. Yeah, I actually it was funny, Jose, when I was there was this one arcade. in in this one area, and I remember I went there and I saw the GI Joe cartoon, and I saw the GI Joe arcade. I was like, whoa, there was Konami did this, and so I played it, and I was there for like hours. Oh my goodness, I wish I got the X-Men animated show. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, I have it A2. Um, I love that. Like that intro was just the intro was awesome for the X-Men animated. That was an awesome cartoon. But yeah, the voice actors are gonna be Wolverine, Cable, Jubilee, Jean Grey, and a couple others. They're gonna be there at the toy show. So last year I was sitting with Cal Dodd who plays Wolverine. So I was with him. I was doing basically what Jay does. So I do that at our shows as well. And even when Jay comes, and I even last year when Jay came to Toronto for the Transformers convention, I couldn't hang out with him much, but he had Bruce, he had Elridge, he had a Canalist. They were with him, so because I told him I was because I'm still working, so I was back and forth. Um, yeah, last year's Transformers Con was a lot of fun, and then we went park hopping at Canada's Wonderland. We did that, but yeah, so hopefully that one should be fine, and then we got TF Con and because that one's going to be wild how that all plays out because Jay wants me to come to Orlando and then we're gonna he wants to do a train trip to Toronto. Well, he wants to do a meetup in New York at Times Square because he didn't get to do the one in February because of the storm that came. So that's the plan this year. That's the plan in July before the Transformers convention. What's the biggest Transformers con? Oh, it's the ones we do. Um, the biggest one will be in Orlando. We do it in October. That will be the biggest Transformers con because we did LA in March. I didn't go to LA because I was in Orlando, but LA was the big one. But Orlando will be the biggest one. I gotta tell the boss we should do Texas. We should do a con in Texas. That would be a lot of fun. Um, I think so far for I don't know if Peter Cullen's coming to this one. He might be at this TFCon, but he's getting up there. So, because what is I think he's 85, 84, 85. Like he did L well he did our con in LA and then he did MegaCon as well. Him and Frank. But I don't know how many more cons they're gonna want to do because it's a lot. It is a lot. Yeah, because Peter Cullen's pushing. I want to say 85, and then Frank Welker's pushing. I think he's pushing like 80. He's pushing 80. Um, I haven't. I know Jose. They do a lot of the Robotech stuff too. Some of the shows, but all I hear is the Robotech cons are just a big disappointment. They are just a big disappointment. Because I'd like to see some more Robotech anyway. But nothing new's coming out. Nothing new for Robotech is coming out, so um, what do you do? Let's see. I'm trying to. Good morning, chat. Hopefully everyone's well. It's just a chill out. Morning, Darth Yeager. I thought I'd do some gaming since Jay's. Yeah, Jay's traveling this. He started. I believe Jay started early this morning on his way to Savannah. I was trying to share some stuff, but because I'm on OBS, I usually do my streaming through StreamYards, but I'm trying to. The biggest one is Harmony. The biggest one that Harmony Goat did was when they got the license, new plans. But I think they had a booth at one of the shows just recently. I remember seeing because I saw it on one of the Robotech on the Robotech discussion group on Facebook. They were talking. They did a show recently. Yeah, they did one recently. Yeah, the Big O Scott basically lied to Big West to get it renewed. Yeah, Harmony Gold's just trash. There's a good joke coming up. Yeah, we don't have Joe cons here. They just we just mix them up with our cons. So, um, but we do get a lot of guys with GI Joes for sale. We do get a lot of those. Las Vegas, I believe, saw Chris Gore. I saw Chris Gore walk by the booth. Oh, nice. Check that after. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going to the Las Vegas meetup. I will be doing the Texas. I will be doing the Texas, the Dallas meetup. I will be doing that. That's in September. That is in September. And I know Jay was talking about Hershey Park. Yeah, that one I gotta. Yeah, I'm already doing enough traveling, more than I should this year. And literally trying to, because I'm trying to figure this out. Because I'm trying to see if I can stream from onto stream onto so I can share stuff from StreamYards, but I'm not too sure if I can. I'm trying to see here. Parents, general, Darth Vader, but that's again. Yeah, I gotta catch the replay on this one, Spider, because I was streaming on G last night with the crew. Ryan has a lot of strong feelings about Hershey Park. He's not a fan. Yeah, I don't know. It's something Jay wants to do. It's one of the things Jay wants to do. So, well, we'll see how much Ryan uh, goes off about on his 17-hour flight to Japan. So, if he complained about how flying to LA was, he should have a really good time flying to Japan. He'll definitely have a lot of fun with that, because that's a longer flight. Yeah, Ryan needs a break. He needs a better. Hopefully, well, yeah, he needs better suitcases. But he said he had that one suitcase that broke. He's had that since he was 11. Hershey Park was fine. We had fun when we went. The kids. If he flew Japan Air, I don't think he's flying Japan Air. Yeah, we're working, Spider. We're working on details regarding Japan. So, because if that happens, that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be like a September thing of next year. Yeah, Japan would be, I believe, would be a September thing for next year for Jay. But we're already trying to work out some details with that. Because yeah, I'd be going as well. Yeah, yeah. Jay wants to have a. He wants to do a big. He wants to do a nice trip. Yeah, he's. They're trying to figure out when's the best time to go to Japan. So, but we're doing some discussions on it, Jose. We're trying to figure out the best time for him to be able to go and take that time. But I know when we were me and him were talking, because because the reason why is because MegaCon and all that, and MegaCon's one of his big things he likes to do. So, and MegaCon happens around Well, last year it was February. This year it was March. Next year it's May. So yeah, so it's and Eldridge actually used to live in Japan because his father was in the military, is in the Air Force. So, um, but yeah, we're basically just working on some time frames for when to go because it's not like Japan's a 1 week trip, right? So yeah, that's still something we're talking about too. Is that cruise? So I know a lot don't want to do that cruise, but in essence, if the cruise can be taken over by G&G, like the whole cruise, and you get a better deal, then that will work. Because I'm down for the cruise. Like I am definitely down for doing that cruise. I think that cruise would be a lot of fun. I think it would be a lot of fun. I'd enjoy it. I've never been on a cruise before, so it would be a first for me anyway. It'd be fun. Um, yeah, I think tomorrow I'm gonna do a bit of a toy stream. I think I'll do one in the morning. Um, yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out my OBS here. Yeah, isn't that Spider Noir coming out this weekend too? Yeah, but I'm definitely doing a big toy show next Wednesday, so that's gonna be fun. Just trying to see. Did you ever watch Superbook? It was basically the first anime. Superbook. No, I don't recall. Now, mind you, I've watched a lot of anime back in the day, but I don't recall that one. Actually, have you seen Robot Carnival? Robot Carnival is pretty good. There's a lot of old stuff that's that's really peak. That's really good. Like You're Under Arrest. Love that series. Dirty Pair. Another great series. But it's like the one thing I've been pushing is Street Fighter 2V. I think that's like the best. That's the best Street Fighter adaptation ever because it's like I think it's like 30. It's like 30 episodes, and it just hits to the peak of the story. Um, and it's got everybody in it. My wife was a Christian animator. Um, there was a sort of Christian cartoon that came out back in the day. Um, and it dealt with the Egyptians and stuff like that, but I can't even remember it now. Um, give me one sec. Um, There was trying to find it here. It was a cartoon. It was a Christian, but they dealt with the MyTex and the name is just I remember the name, but I just gotta look it up. I don't know if anyone remembers it. Um, that's not it. I'll know it when I see it. The adventure. Sorry, Chan. I'm just looking something up. It was very you can almost call it based. Oh, I can't remember what it was called, but I remember watching it. What was it? And the name just. I remember seeing it here because they showed it here in Canada on YTV. Um, oh, this is gonna bother me now. Ah, Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea. I don't know if anyone remembered that. Yo, good morning, Night Saber. Yeah. Um. Yeah, Spartacus and the Sun Beneath the Sea. It just dealt with it's about the lost city of Arcadia. So it basically had it did have a Christian tone to it, and it had Spartacus. Um, yeah, it was very different. But I remember I I remember watching this when I was remember watching this when I was younger. It came out in when did it come out? It's 52. It's 52 episodes. It came out in it was yeah, it came out. It was 85 to 87. It was actually from France. I've never heard of it. Might have to check it out sometime. Yeah, it was pretty cool from what they had to do. Ever since the time of the Great Cataclysm, the Archeans have lived deep in the center of the earth. They believe they are only survivors of the Great Devastation. Their civilization thrived under the power of their sun. So yeah, and one of the people was Spartacus, and yeah, it was pretty interesting. I just remember that from coming out back in the day. Maybe I'll show a clip tomorrow um, when I do my yeah, because I'm gonna do a toy stream tomorrow. You should do a review every episode of Transformers for evergreen content on your channel, maybe. Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking about doing and I've been talking with Jay on this because we've been thinking actually doing a review of the G1 cartoon and then doing a review of the G1 comics. Um, so that's something we've been talking about. And like I said, Jose, with you as well, is doing a review on Robotech with Comics Division because Comics Division is big into Robotech. So I would like to, do some Robotech too. But yeah, I gotta when Jay settled down, maybe when we do our trip to Toronto, we'll sit down and discuss when we're about doing this doing a review of the Transformers cartoon. So because I know he said he'd like to do that, so we break down, go through each episode, and just have a discussion, and probably have a few people on as well who's into Transformers. So, and I know there's a lot out there like Mojo would it'd be fun having Mojo on and others to break down the original G1 cartoon. So yeah, that's something we me and Jay have talked about, and but yeah, and also doing a breakdown of GI Joe, right? Doing a review. Maybe do a watch party. Um, maybe do a watch party on Discord. So yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. No, yeah, that would be interesting. Compare, yeah, Darth Yeager. Yeah, I'd like because I know you're into Robotech as well. Between the TV show and the comic books, because and you gotta remember too, the Robotech comics was a direct to the show. I have all I have majority of all the comics of the Robotech because they were Comico, and then they did for the Sentinels they did Eternity, um, and then there was the Jack McKinney novels because the Jack McKinney novels there was like there was a slight alteration of some stuff, like even in the yeah, I had the Robotech Academy. Yeah, like because the one thing I didn't like was some of the stuff where they pointed out. Um, I can't remember if it was in the McKinney. It was in the McKinney novels, but the fact that okay, so Rick authorized the launch of the Neutron S missiles to just basically destroy the Earth, where General Reinhardt basically said, "Listen, it's a scorch Earth tactic." But the fact that when the Invid left, they took out the missiles with them. But the fact that I can't remember who, but there was a mention of a general who wanted to arrest Rick and the SDF-3 for that launch, which is like literally ludicrous. Like you are not arresting Rick Hunter for giving that order because that order. Listen, General Reinhardt didn't want to do that. He did not want to launch those missiles, but it was the alternative. Either in the Invid stay and conquer the Earth, or he uproots them completely from the so. But the fact that they, um, I know I read, but the fact that you're not arresting Rick Hunter for giving that order, for basically telling Reinhardt that order. So it's not happening. I just thought that was BS. Like Rick Hunter is the guy, is the leader, and whatever he decided basically sticks. So yeah, the novels were fine, but yeah, that was just one thing I did not like. Where, oh yeah, he was going to destroy the Earth, but you know, what was the basically Earth was a slave colony. You know, you know, what was the goal? What, you know, it basically took the launching of those missiles to uproot the Invid from the planet. So, and I don't take anything for the Shadow Chronicles because I never liked the Shadow Chronicles. I thought the Shadow Chronicles was just a waste of time. I told that to um, Tommy Young and Kevin McKeeler um, because that series should have just ended. If you're going to do the Shadow Chronicles, you do it in a way where it's just the SDF-3 limping back to Earth. You know, Rick and Lisa doing a survey of the planet, dealing with all the malcontents. You know, because the Earth is basically in shatters. There's no you know, Hunter is basically the CNC of all the Earth Defense Forces joint. Yeah, so yeah, you can't arrest the guy. If anyone who should have been arrested, it was General Leonard for his stupidity in risking thousands of lives for a battle they basically couldn't win. You know, no matter what people think of General Leonard basically, you know, he wanted to talk. Like you can't blame him for. You know, when Harmony Gold had the panel with their license card asking the hard questions was no. Of course, no one's going to challenge Harmony Gold. Basically, got a real estate company trying to run anime. You know, it was unfortunate of Carl Masick's passing. You know, Carl Masick even said when it came to the Robotech cartoon, it's the movie. It's a stupid movie, but he had to deal with Harmony Gold and he had to deal with canon, you know, of what they wanted to do. So, but you know, Robotech is definitely something to discuss. You know, it's something to discuss about, you know, how things went with the comics, the Sentinels. Now, the Sentinels was a Matchbox thing anyway, because everyone wanted that series. I wanted the Sentinel series. You know, he would have had 65 episodes of them basically leaving Earth, fighting the Invid, meeting with Sentinels. Because I don't like the way they pitched the Sentinels in the Shadow. Well, like I said, I hated the Shadow Chronicles. I thought it was a badly done. It was a badly done story. Yeah, well, was it nice to see uh, Dana's sister? Sure. Uh, was it nice to see um, Vince Grant and some and you know, I was still a little mixed because Louis was there. Um, Louis Nichols, he was there, but nobody else. And there's speculation that the one girl in that was on the bridge, that was um, that was Vanessa from um, from the SDF-1 because her name wasn't. I don't. Her name wasn't. Excuse me. Her name was not mentioned. Um, when General Leonard was talking about the sacrifices, because he mentioned Claudia, Global, Kim, Sammy, but it wasn't Vanessa wasn't mentioned. So some think that Vanessa made it out, but she was on the bridge with Louis and Vince Grant when they were on the Archangel. So because it kind of looked like her, but yeah, there was a lot done. Um, there was a lot done. So it looks like Az will be back on FNT because he's going to be running it for Gary while Gary's in Japan. But I'm super excited for having Drinker as and another couple of guests on my channel next week for my birthday toy stream. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. That is going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, it'll be nice to talk some Robotech. Yeah, maybe we'll talk some Robotech tomorrow too. But I'm gonna do a toy stream in the morning. So I was waiting so much. The store that I'm invested in right now. It's funny because I texted Ryan and I said, Ryan, listen, if you see any, if you happen to go by a toy store, let me know. And he said, so just see how that goes. Yeah, Ryan's gonna be having too much fun to go by toy stores. He's gonna be having a lot of fun. Good for him getting to Japan. But if we go to Japan next year, I definitely got to bring an empty suitcase or just ship it. So, so I think that is it for me. Um, I got some stuff I got to do. Got to get some work done. Got to go to the gym. I might game later, Jose, if you're around for tonight. Do some Modern Warfare. But everyone, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for joining. Thanks for stopping by. Old Man Hatfield, thanks for the super chat. But yeah, Ryan will be too busy being chased by Godzilla. Yeah, thanks for everyone hanging out. Much appreciated. Everyone have a great day. Probably see you later on. And yeah, we'll talk soon.